Welcome to the App Showcase, where we review Microsoft-related apps primarily from the App Store, but also through trial versions. SV MacPack is a certified veteran-owned and HUBZone consulting firm supporting the U.S. federal government. In support of our customers' need to do market research on apps such as these, we started recording our review of these apps. We hope the reviews help you as well. In this video, we're going to be reviewing GoodPoint's Birthday Lite app. It's an app from the Microsoft App Store. As always, I'll move fast, pointing out what I like and what would make me hesitate to recommend this app to my customers. My goal is to be as candid as I would be if just talking to my own team about this app. Hopefully the review helps you and perhaps even provides good feedback to the publisher of this app. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to switch over to the Microsoft App Store. Back up here a little bit. There you go. Here's the GoodPoint site out here. And first thing I always like to do is to review on the left-hand side. They got 3 stars. Let's see what the reviews look like. There are no reviews, so that doesn't give us a lot in there. It's a free version, and it's interesting. Down here it talks about how there's a pro version and a free version, and the free version apparently has ads. I'm really looking forward to seeing that because that's a highly unusual and highly undesirable feature in a business application. It makes sense when you're playing Angry Birds, but not necessarily when you're on an intranet for some organization. Let's go ahead and look at some of the other stuff we see coming down. We see the version count it's been updated, so clearly it looks like they've been updating this app less than a year ago, or just a little bit more than a year ago they updated it, so that's good. I always like to look at the URL on here, and they have something, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it and see what we open up for support. And here, this is not a support page, it's really just a sales page. And that's unfortunate because it shouldn't have been that hard to just create a little page that shows some basic support. All right, let's go ahead and look at what features they have. They're talking about the features that are in here. You can configure the information. You can configure the app with resizing. You have caching, which is great, the ability to kind of load it repeatedly when a user comes on the page or just waiting like every 24 hours. So we'll see what that's like and see whether it's a intuitive feature. I'm going to come over here to the pictures. I always look to see what they have. So it's a pretty straightforward app that looks like it's on the left-hand side. Here's the configuration. If you can see this, it looks like we can put in all their basic metadata and then link to a photo. So that's probably a document library or picture library. Clicking on some of this other activity, you can see that you have the ability to display the different fields. That's handy. And you can also say how long something displays for. I'm assuming that's either for how long or whether it's like 90 days out. Okay, and so here's just a marketing piece. Let's go ahead and look. So we finished this page. Let's go ahead and look at the actual app. So this is GoodPoint's Birthday Lite. There it is, Birthday Lite on the left-hand side. I'm going to click on it. I always wait till you show up so that we can all click on it together for the first time and see what it's like. Okay, so this is big and surprising. The first thing that throws me is that this is a add-in app, and it just destroys the sweep bar. I hate that, and I wish somebody would develop an app that doesn't do that. That's why I often sit there and have web part pages or app parts developed instead of a whole app like this, because you can avoid that one functionality. And I think with the SharePoint framework it avoids it too, but I digress. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Also, it's nice that it's changing colors, but I'm assuming this is all just information. Add the app part, edit it. We're going to edit it in the app part. That's perfect. It's configured in 2 parts. So the app part property, which I'll show you in a second, and then that part makes sense. The second place is the birthday list. Okay, so it has a birthday list. I'm starting to like that. Let's go ahead and I just opened that in a new window to see what it looks like. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and add in Neil, the demo guy. And oh, I'm sorry. So apparently demo guy is my title. I made that mistake there. Got some basic stuff. it still is requiring me to do a year. I don't particularly like that because in PII, personal information, you generally don't want to provide a full year. That just is an offshoot. But let's go ahead and put 2018. And then the photo I'm going to skip, and we'll say save. We have my birthday in there. That's great. I'll leave that guy open for a second and come back to the page. It's asking, so let's go find out. The reason to upgrade is no ads. If nothing else, I'm liking this app because it's making the review fun. And after a lot of birthday apps and reviewing them and trying to find a good one for you, I like a little humor in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this. Excuse me. Okay, so this is really good guidance. The changing color stuff is a bit much for me, but just because it's a little distracting. But the guidance that they provide is excellent. I really give them 2 thumbs up for that. Okay, so it's just telling us there's certain spots in there on how you can manage it. Actually, one of the things I'm always curious about is whether I can write justify on a page. These are just setting the minimums. Okay, so nothing really looks there. And then configure styling. This is okay. So this is interesting. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted reading this. That it has some interesting information on how you can manage this. So that's good. So what they're saying is they try to pick up the theme. If you had a green website, it would kind of pick that up as well. So that's good. I don't want to purchase this license, but what happens when I do? Okay, so this add-in's free. Unlock more features. So you can purchase it from there. You can purchase it directly from them. I think I looked at the license too. I think it's like, basically $9.99 or something, and then it's $999. Okay, so for support, oh, this is nice. So this is good. They're still supporting it. So I'm liking this app from it's such a small app. It's just a birthday app, right? But they're providing some good information for you, and then also for they're willing to support you if you got a question about it. Let's go ahead and add this app in. It tells me which one to add in. Good Points Birthday Lite. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my main page, and in here I'm going to edit the page. I'm moving pretty fast because I'm not training here. I'm just doing reviews. I'm going to click so that I put it in that zone. I'm going to add a web part, and I'm looking for Good Point. There it is. Add it. Loads it up. Hey, there's Neil's birthday. That looks pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty clean. Let's go ahead and see what it's like to edit the web part. That's interesting. So first flag for me is this thing right here. That has got to go if it's going to work in an enterprise, because I can't have Good Point software, free add-in on my site. It won't be good. So let's just put in here. It's funny. At some point, I was having a brain freeze on what company to pick. But so let's just say Lego birthdays, and that'll change the title up above. So when you do that, it's just quickly changing the title there. I want to see if I come down. So it's got these bottom 3 configurations, and let me see if I can zoom in for you. A little more here. So let's go ahead and see what we can do in here for the title. I don't see anything there. And then, okay, so I don't see anything that shows me where I could get rid of that title. And to me, oh, I'm sorry. So let me come back here really quick. I think they might have explained this and I just missed it. And sorry, let me tell you what I'm thinking here. is I'm going to save this really quick and get out of it and come back and show you their web part free and clear. Okay, so here's their web part. I'm starting to wonder whether Good Point Software free add-in is the advertisement. And in that case, I'm okay with it, because then pretty much it's just this is a demo. And if you want to sit there and actually pay them, which I think you should if you're an organization using this. That's funny. That's pretty interesting, actually. I like how they're doing it. I'd be curious on how they're doing it. But now I see that that's the advertisement. So if you want to sit there and get rid of their things, this is pretty cool. I might actually go in and find all their apps and review them all as kind of a group. But you know, you pay the small amount of money. Let's go find out how much is that Good Point paid version. They don't tell me how much it is, but I did have it on a previous one, so you can check that out for yourself. But there's no link. I'm trying to find a link here. How about if we go to their page again really quick? See if the licensing is listed. No licensing. I'm kind of giving these guys a lot of free advertisement on their apps, but that's okay. Oh well, so I don't see anything about the pricing. I can't remember what the pricing was for that version of it, but I did want to see from the advertising. Doesn't actually say it here. Well, it says no ads, so the only thing I can think of is it gets rid of those ads, and I got to tell you that that's nothing. So this app is exactly what I would expect a birthday app to do. And I'm going to give it a thumbs up, because it's pretty intuitive and pretty easy to use. When you pay for it, which we all should, this ad goes away, and the use of it is intuitive, and you can begin to give it some basic color coding. We're not trying to create the fanciest thing. We're trying to create a pretty good birthday app that's in here. So let me go ahead and close this one here. Come back to the birthday app page for these guys. I'm going to give these guys a thumbs up. If you're watching my videos on birthday apps in a row, this is the first one I think I'm giving a thumbs up. And earlier when I did the overview, I said a thumbs down for their Pro version because you had to pay for it. But now that I see the two of them together, I probably would give that Pro version a thumbs up as well. So anyways, as a recap, I'm recommending you download the app for a more thorough evaluation within your own organization. I hope you found the review useful as you evaluate various apps available to you and your organization. Please provide me with feedback in the comments. Let me know how I can make the App Showcase channel and these reviews more useful to you. Feel free to even suggest apps that we should review, and we'll work to get them on the schedule. Finally, if you found this review helpful, please share a note about it on one of the social media platforms or just give it a thumbs up. I'm your host, Neil McDonald with SV MacPack. I thank you for joining me today and hope you'll join me again for other reviews.